Being an artist is hard. Harder than it may seem. Because I know on the outside, it seems like art is just, oh, you're just over here using your amazing skills to create any kind of picture you want. And you wouldn't technically be wrong about that. But there's a lot of things that piss off artists. One of them being the people who view or admire art. So today, here are the top 5 things that people do to artists that absolutely piss us off. Let's get started! Number 1 are the non-artists who give unsolicited art critiques. These are the people who like to comment underneath artist pages, trying to critique every single minute detail or every single slight mistake that the artist made in their art without having any art experience of themselves. Now I know what some of you guys are thinking. Well, AJ, you don't have to be an artist to critique art. And you know what? I actually agree with you. You're right. I mean, after all, I'm the kind of person who critiques movies all the time, but I don't really produce movies. I judge the flavor and taste of food on a daily basis, but I'm not a fucking chef. But whether or not I'm a movie producer or a chef doesn't define the fact that I am able to at least point out mistakes that I see. And that is a valid argument. You don't have to be an artist to critique art, but you have to at least understand art in order to do so. The problem is that people usually give these unsolicited critiques, and unsolicited means no one asks for your fucking opinion, to all kinds of artists of all kinds of levels. Now the whole point of a critique or a criticism is to improve that said critique or criticism. But people like to insult artists and then hide it in the fact that they are trying to help when they're actually not. All they're really doing is insulting the artist and then trying to disguise it as the fact as, oh, well, we're just trying to help you so you can get better. Well, if that was the case, motherfucker, you would give me some tips on how to actually improve that are knowledgeable and that are actually helpful. Because telling an artist that their anatomy sucks or that they suck at drawing or rendering does not help improve that artist's ability to get better. It only diminishes their ability. What it does is makes the artist more self-conscious, and then they don't even want to post their art anymore. Now obviously these insults don't work on me anymore, but they do affect younger artists and artists who are beginners all the time. And I can't tell you the countless times I've had my own followers tell me how they've lost, passion for drawing because they would get criticized on their artwork without anyone actually helping them to get better. And it really makes me mad to see it because they had so much potential, but because some dickhead wants to be a dickhead, that artist probably lost out on so much potential in their art. So if you're gonna give a critique, make sure the artist first invites you to critique their work. And if you are going to actually take on that invite, try giving some useful tips and don't just say your art is shit, do better. Number 2 are the people who tell artists what they should and shouldn't be drawing. Now you all know that I'm a real victim of this one. You should be drawing this, and you should be drawing that, and you can't draw this, and you can't draw that. You should draw like this, and you should draw like that, and maybe try this, and maybe try that. Maybe you should try talking less and shutting the fuck up, because your voice is annoying and I can tell you smell. For some unknown reason, people think that they have the right or the obligation to just control what artists are allowed to draw and not draw. I'm sorry, last time I checked, you're not the one holding the goddamn pencil. Artists get told all the time how they should be drawing. Oh, maybe you should draw more realistically. Maybe you should draw something like this or something like that. Try doing more of this. How about you just leave me and everyone else who does art the fuck alone? Now listen, there's a big difference between a drawing request and then telling the artist what to do. People ask me all the time to draw characters, and I'm actually fine with that. I like that, you know what I'm saying? You can just suggest a character for me to draw or anything like that, or give me some cool ideas for art. That's completely different than telling an artist what to. Don't feel bad, okay? I actually think that that's fine. But when you start trying to control how an artist draws or their style of drawing, that's when you are number 1 enemy in the art community. Number 3, people who constantly ask artists to draw them. Why is this a thing? And it happens to anyone who draws, whether you have a following or not. People have been asking me to draw them before I even had a YouTube, and now that I have one, it's even more prevalent. But a real question is this: what makes you think that this artist, just because they draw, means they want to draw your crusty ass? If you don't back your chapped lip ass up, I'm going to smack you with my pencil case. Okay, listen, that was a little bit mean and uncalled for. I apologize. But seriously, ask yourself this question. Why would an artist want to draw you? Like, what makes you so special? The only way you can get an artist to draw you is if you're going to pay said artist. Now, commissioning an artist is very different than just asking an artist to draw you randomly on some YouTube comment or just in person. But honestly, what makes you think that we're just going to just drop everything and draw a very nice picture of you, unless you're like, what, Rihanna or something? Like, no, motherfucker, your name is Kendall from goddamn elementary school. Please back the fuck up. So listen, unless you're planning on paying that artist to draw you, don't count on them just drawing you randomly, unless they're just that nice. And trust me, it's very rare to find an artist who just draw you because you asked them to. And if you do manage to find an artist who's willing to do that, then shout out to them. But honestly, don't think it's gonna work on every single artist, because 99% of the time, we don't know who the fuck you are. And if we do know who you are, we definitely don't want to draw your ass. Number 4 are the people who will sit there and watch you draw an entire illustration, fully detailed. I'm talking about from start to finish, and then still had the audacity and the caucasity to ask you if you drew that. I'm sorry, but how stupid are you? I don't like being rude, but you're making it very hard to not be. I used to get asked this so much when I was younger, not so much anymore, but I know that artists still go through it. At one point, I got so fed up with this goddamn question that I just started saying no, I didn't draw. And then it'll be all awkward and shit while they're looking around, looking stupid, and I'm over here holding the goddamn pencil like, what? I didn't draw it. God did. But no, I just find it hilarious. And listen, I can sometimes forgive it because maybe they're just trying to start a conversation, or maybe they don't know what to say. I can feel them on that part. But if it's so blatantly obvious that the person holding the goddamn paintbrush and covered in paint made the art piece, please try something else to open up with and don't ask them if they painted or drew this, because then you look like a moron. It would be different if you were standing by a piece, maybe in your casual clothes, looking at it, and no one knew that you were the artist and they were asking if you did it. That's a whole different story. But if you're actually drawing right in front of them, pencil in hand, and they still ask, did you draw it? I'm like, really, dude? What the hell? And last but not least, we have number 5. This last one irks my soul. I think this last one is the only one that makes me want to actually get physically violent with people. And the last one is people who say that digital art is not real art. Inner peace. Whenever I hear something this stupid, I just know how uneducated they are in the art industry and in the art world. Because if they just had one brain cell, they would understand that TV shows such as Invincible, their favorite cartoons like Teen Titan, or even their most beloved anime like Jujutsu Kaisen, Dragon Ball Z, or even Naruto, everything that I just mentioned is digital art, you freaking buffoon! Even people in my own family have said dumb stuff like this, and it makes me really mad, but because of my family, I just let it slide, bro. I'll get comments like, hey man, you should stop drawing on the tablet because you're gonna lose all your skill drawing on paper. First of all, that's not how it works. And second of all, if you knew anything about art, you would know that drawing on screens is much harder than drawing on paper. Matter of fact, digital art should be more respected because of all of the keys, commands, layers, freaking blending modes, brush settings, opacities, all this stuff you have to know just to make an artwork. There's so much that goes into digital drawing that people don't see on the outside. They just see the finished product and like, oh, that looks easy. You get to zoom in and delete and undo and all this other stuff like that, so that means it's easier. Yeah. I challenge you to draw digitally Any traditional artist, people who have never touched a tablet in their life, or just anyone in general who says that digital art isn't real art, I challenge you to make a decently good art piece, and I will let this slide. Because to make such a bogus claim to say that digital drawing isn't real drawing, especially in today's generation where we have stuff like AI, is the most outlandish thing I can hear someone say. With things like AI floating around, I don't want to hear anyone ever say that digital drawing isn't a real art. Because the only thing that is not real art is this AI bullshit that's been taking over the internet so far. And now, people are trying to claim that, you know, AI is real art and stuff like this, and all this other stuff, and saying, oh, I'm an AI artist. Shut the fuck up. Because if anything deserves to get bashed, it's for sure AI artist. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, I misspoke. I didn't mean to say AI artist. I meant to say AI typers. I don't know what the fuck to call you guys, you goddamn thieves. Because last I checked, typing in a prompt and then letting the computer steal art from other artists to make an image for you is not art. And it's not how artists work. And it's for sure not how digital artists work. So, with that being said, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. If you did, leave a like and comment, and feel free to leave any more things that artists hate in the comment section below. I know I missed a lot, but I only did my top 5, but I'm sure you guys have some other ones to add on to this list. With that being said, y'all, peace out.